everyone, my name is Anna and I'm going to be walking you through a puppet making process today. You should have already picked up your Paper Pets Take and Make bag. In this bag you have lots of different kinds of paper, you have scissors and glue and googly eyes and everything you need to make a dragon puppet and a unicorn puppet or whatever kind of puppet you can dream up. So let's open up the Take and Make bags and see what we have. Let's go over the supplies in your Take and Make bag. You should have 4 sheets of construction paper in 2 different colors. In this bag we have purple and green. You should also have 3 sheets of glitter paper in 3 different colors, 3 small pieces of metallic paper, 1 glue stick, 1 pair of pattern scissors. You can see that they cut in a pattern if you look closely at your scissors, 1 pair of regular scissors, and 4 googly eyes. You're also going to want a writing utensil for this. So somewhere in your house, make sure to look for a pencil or a pen. All right, let's jump into step 1. The first thing we're going to do is get out our construction paper. I have green instruction paper and purple instruction paper. So we need to pick which color we want to use for the puppet we're going to make. I'm going to make a dragon and I want my dragon to be green. So I'm going to use this paper and set my purple paper aside for right now. The first thing we're going to do is fold this paper into thirds. So take one side and fold it into the middle. And this does not have to be perfect. You'll want to look and you'll see that it looks like 2 pieces here. And the edge of the paper comes about to the middle. And then we're going to fold the other side in. Just like that. And you can see that mine is not perfect thirds, but that's totally fine. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open it. I'm going to fold my smaller side in first. And we're going to take our glue stick and we're going to put glue on that smaller flap of paper. Okay, so once we have a good amount of glue there, we can fold this side over and press it down. Okay, once we're done with that, we're going to take the paper and fold it in half. Press it down on the edge. And then take one piece and leave the other side down and fold it in half on top like that. Press it down. And then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing again. Okay, so now that we've done that, we have 1 hole right here and 1 hole right here where we can put our hands. And now our puppet has a mouth that can open and close. So now we have our basic puppet structure. So from there, we're going to get started with cutting up our paper and turning this into a dragon. Okay, so now we're getting into decorating our dragon. And from here on out, we can start to make creative decisions. There's all kinds of different options that we can do. And we don't all have to do the same thing. So for me, I want to make sure that my dragon has a couple eyes. I want my dragon to have a nose and maybe some teeth and some wings. So I'm going to start by using my other green paper, and I'm going to make a nose for my dragon. I think I want his nose to have really big nostrils like this. Big nostril holes right there. And let's see, maybe I'll add a triangle right here just for fun. And I'm gonna add an edge that I can glue. Okay, so now that I have this nostril shape, I'm gonna cut that out with my regular scissors. And we can do all kinds of different noses. You could do a really giant nose or a really small nose. Okay. We can cut around this. We can slowly cut this out, and we don't have to worry too much about what our pencil markings look like because we can just flip this over if we want, and then we won't see them. So now what I'm going to do is fold this like that, like this. And I'm going to put glue right here so I can glue this to my puppet. Okay, I'm going to put this on my dragon right here. And press it down. Okay, let's see how this looks. I made my piece a little too long, so I'm just going to cut it off. Just like that. Okay, so now my dragon has a nose. I'm going to work on some wings next. Okay, I want my dragon to have pretty big wings. So I'm going to go straight across and then give him kind of like bat wings, a bat wing shape, like that. And then I'll draw the other side, more bat wing shapes. And then we can cut those pieces out. There we go. And if we didn't draw it exactly how we like, we can fix that when we're cutting and just cut the shape that we want. Okay, here's my first wing. I'm going to attach this by gluing it right here behind his face so that it looks like his wings are behind him. So I'm going to put a little glue right here. There we go. And we can press the wing right there. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with my other wing. The construction paper is really nice because it glues down really well. The other paper is better for using for our last details that go on top because it's hard to glue things on top of the glitter. So that's why I'm just starting with my green paper first. Okay, here's my other wing. I'm going to put it right here. Okay. There we go. My dragon has wings and a nose now. I think the next thing I want to do is add some eyes to this dragon. I want my dragon to have 3D eyes that pop up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a straight line for the bottom of the eye. And I'm going to draw kind of a half circle oval shape, like this. And that can be one of his eyes. I'm thinking I'll put my googly eye right here. Let's see if that's a good size. I think that looks good. I might even make this a little bit bigger. And then I'll draw another one for his other eye. That looks like a good size on my googly eye. So I'm going to cut those out next. Okay, there's one of my eyes. And here's the other one. Now I'm going to fold these so I have a spot to glue. Let's see, let's make sure my googly eye fits. That looks pretty good to me. Okay. Now I'm going to put some glue down. I want one eye to be right here. And then I'll glue my second eye. And I'm going to put this right here. We can press the glue down and take a look and see how our dragon is looking. Okay, my dragon is starting to look more like a dragon. He has a nose and 2 eyes and wings. Next thing I want to do is add some teeth. But I don't think I want my dragon to have green teeth. So I'm going to move this green paper aside. I'm going to try giving my dragon silver teeth. Maybe he's had some dental work recently. So what I'm going to do is flip this over to draw my teeth. Since I have a straight edge, I'm just going to keep that and give him really spiky teeth. Okay, and I can use my dragon puppet to measure. I made his teeth a little too big, so I'm just going to cut it off right here and not give him these 2 teeth. He'll just have 1, 2, 3, 4 teeth. Okay, I'm going to cut this out. My teeth are kind of just a zigzag shape. But teeth can come in all kinds of different shapes. They could be round, or they could just have straight teeth. Okay, this is what my dragon teeth look like. And I want them to go right here. So I'm going to fold them like this. We're going to put some glue and see if we can get this to stick nicely. Okay, I'm going to use lots of glue on this because I know that the smooth paper doesn't stick as easy as the construction paper. Okay, I'm going to open up my dragon's mouth and stick this right there. And press it down really good. Okay, I think the glue is doing its job. Let's bend the teeth down so we can see them. And now my dragon has teeth. I think that the next thing I want to add is something inside of his mouth. I have some blue paper. I have some red and purple, some yellow and black. I think I'm going to make the inside of his mouth blue. So, I'm going to open up his mouth and take a look. I think maybe I just want to fill his mouth and make the inside completely blue. And then I want to find a way to add some fire. So I'll just start with this blue. I'm going to just fold it so I can see how big his mouth is. And then cut this folded piece off. Okay, and this is a little bit too long. So I'm going to fold it again right where the green is. And cut that bottom piece off. And I didn't cut this quite perfectly, so I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Okay. I want this to go right here. There's a fold right here. I think I'm going to fold this before I glue it down. I'm just folding it in half because this is folded in half. So now it'll still open and close easily. I'm going to put glue all over the inside of my dragon's mouth. Okay, there we go. And we can press down the paper. Okay, let's see how this dragon looks. Okay, this puppet is starting to look really fun. We have silver teeth and a blue mouth. I think I'm going to add the googly eyes now so I can start to see the full picture of his face. Let's see. These googly eyes have a piece of paper that can peel off. Sometimes I have trouble. Here we go. If you have trouble getting that paper off, you can try using the scissors to peel it off, or look for an adult and see if they can help you out, because it's hard to get your fingernails under there. Okay, there's my first eye. And here's my second eye. And here's my dragon puppet, now with eyes. I think what I want to add next is a tongue and some fire. I think those will be my last details for this puppet. Okay. I want this dragon to have a green tongue to match the rest of his body. And I think I'm going to give him a forked tongue, just like a snake. So I'm going to cut this like this and give him a little snake tongue. And I'm gluing it onto the glitter paper, which can be difficult. So I'm going to use lots of glue. Put lots of glue on this tongue. And glue that down. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there, not mess with it too much so the glue can dry. And I think I want to use my red paper to create some fire. Okay, there's a few ways I could do this. I could draw a picture of fire on the back like this, have it shooting out of his mouth after I cut it out. But I think I want to try my pattern scissors and see what I can do. I'm going to start cutting strips of this and see what it looks like. Okay. It looks like if I use the end of my scissors all the way like this, it starts to rip my paper up a little, so I'm only going to go halfway down my scissors. Okay, I'm going to switch to my regular scissors and cut off the pieces I don't like. And then I'm going to cut some extra so I have room to glue this. Okay. I'm thinking maybe if I fold this, it'll look like fire is spraying out of his mouth. Like he's blowing it out like this. Okay. I think I'm going to put it just like this. Okay, first what I'm going to do is open it and put some glue down so that it stays the way I want it. I'm going to fold it back up. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue right here. And glue this down inside my dragon's mouth. I'm gonna have him shooting it out the side so that I can still see his forked tongue. So it's kind of like he's blowing it out the corner of his mouth. Okay, let's see, I have some more red paper, so maybe I can add some more flames coming out. I can start to cut out some flame shapes. I'm going to draw just cutting some curvy lines so that it looks like flames. Okay, I think this is starting to look like fire. I'm going to glue this underneath those other flames. So it just looks like even more fire coming out. I'm going to put some glue on the back of that. and glue it right here so that I can see it shooting out. Okay. Alright, so now our dragon puppet has eyes and a nose and teeth and a tongue and flames shooting out of his mouth, and his wings flap up and down a little bit. I think I'm going to save the rest of my supplies for another puppet. We have stuff to make a dragon and a unicorn, but we could make all kinds of different animals with these supplies. We could try making an alligator or a bear or a kitten. We can take a lot of creative freedom in this. Thank you for joining us for Paper Pets. We all learned how to make a puppet out of paper. You have enough supplies to make 2 puppets. I made a dragon and a unicorn, but you can make whatever kind of paper pet you want to make. When you're done making your puppets, we would love to see them. You can send pictures of your paper pets to the email that's going across your screen right now. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.